VLSos here. This is a video lesson on using a proportion for converting units. For example, we want to convert 7,000 feet, which is a fairly short unit of length, into miles, a much larger unit of length. Now, to convert using a proportion takes these 4 steps. Step number 1, start with a proportion. And a proportion from a previous lesson is simply 2 fractions that are equal to one another. So to start with a proportion is to simply set up an equation where we'll have 2 fraction bars equal to each other. That's it. It's like a blank proportion. We have to put things into the numerator and denominators in order to complete the proportion, but that's done in the next steps. Step number 2 is compare known information on one side. So this proportion that we started with is 2 fractions. They're the fraction bars. They have yet to be completed, equal to each other. This is an equation because 2 sides are being compared with an equal sign. So we're going to compare known information on one side of this equation. The known information when we're talking about feet and miles, and we could look this up on the internet or a conversion table or chart. The known information is how many feet are in a mile. If we're going to compare feet and miles, then we're going to, on one side, compare the 1 mile and the equivalent 5,280 feet. This information might have needed to be looked up. Some people have memorized how many feet are in a mile, but a chart can tell us how to compare 1 mile and 5,280 feet. That's what we've done in step 2, and we go on to step 3. Use the given number and a variable on the other side. We have a second fraction on the other side of this equation. The given number is the number in the problem, 7,000, and it's a measurement of feet. We're going to use a variable to represent the unknown amount of miles. And we're going to put that in this second fraction. The given number is in feet. I have put feet in the denominator of the other fraction, so I need to put 7,000 feet in the denominator of this second fraction as well. Feet will go on the bottom, miles will go on the top. And I'm going to use a variable, how about x, to represent the unknown amount of miles. I've now completed my proportion. Notice that it's an equation with one unknown, x. So I can solve this equation for x. And when I do, I will have found the number of miles that is equivalent to 7,000 feet. I'm going to multiply both sides by 7,000 to undo this division by 7,000 in order to get x by itself. I'm going to show my work multiplying by 7,000. On the right, dividing by 7,000 and multiplying by 7,000 will cancel out, leaving x. On the left, 1 divided by 5,280 times 7,000 will be the same as 7,000 divided by 5,280. And then a calculator can do that division, and we get approximately 1.326. X has units miles. 1.326 is the value of x, and I include the units to give me a final answer that the 7,000 feet is equivalent to approximately 1.326 miles. A proportion can be used to convert any unit to any other unit. The last step that we took in this process was to use algebra to solve for the unknown. In this case, algebra was used to find the unknown x, and we got its value in the end.